Hey everybody, I am Dr. Williams, and you're going to be with me for this winter session of social psychology. So I'm just opened up to the Plato course, and I'm in the Start Here menu. So on the left-hand side are going to be all the tabs that you're going to be using for the class. And the Start Here menu is really where I've just plugged a bunch of information, things that you might need to get to over the course of, our 2 weeks together. So I just want to really briefly just walk you through what's here so you know what to expect. This is a winter session course. It moves very fast. Most of you know that. You kind of know what you signed up for. But I just want to reiterate that because there really is zero time for delays or lags or anything like that. It's not like a regular semester course, right? So this screen might look a little different depending upon which winter session you're taking with me. I tend to use these podcasts over again for future classes. Not much usually changes with how I format the class. Normally just content might change. So just ignore any dates that you see in this specific podcast. They might not be applicable to you. However, when you go into the tabs for the course, all these module tabs here, all of the information that you see there is current and up to date for your class specifically. So how I've designed the course is by modules. Roughly for you, you'll be doing one module every 2 to 3 days, and that will take us through the winter session. So you'll see already module 1 is posted. I will always post the next module the night before it starts. Okay, so for example, module 2 for you guys for social would start on Sunday. That's when the material will be available to you, but I will likely post it Saturday night around then. So that's generally how it'll go. So you'll see those modules pop up as we work our way through the class. And there's a lot in each module. So I don't post them all at once. I want you to work through the material at the pace that I post it. And I think that you're going to have plenty to do to get you through all of that. So I'm in the Start Here menu. I've posted just kind of a list of things to do to get started. What you might need to be focusing in on, making sure that you have everything set and done and ready. So just, go over all of this, look at everything. I would even recommend printing out the course syllabus. So I've attached that right here. It's always good to have a printout or save it to your desktop, whatever works for you, so that you have that readily available with all due dates and everything in there. Backing up just a little, I also posted my bio, just a little bit about me if you've never had me as a professor, just to get to know me a little bit. And you guys will also be your bio. You're going to post it in the, you can either use the discussions tab or you can get to it through Student Lounge, but you're basically going to be posting it in the Student Lounge. And just a little bit about you. Use 3 words, that best characterize you. You can attach a picture. I love that. I love to see who it is I'm teaching because this is an online course. We don't, meet face to face. But just tell me a little bit about you. You're going to post your bio. You're going to do that by Friday. That way, or the second day of the class, I should say, because I reuse these podcasts, so it might not be a Friday for you. But whatever the second day of our course is, you want to make sure to have that bio posted. It's my way of checking you in for the class and making sure that you're here, you're accounted for, you're attending. And then there's the syllabus, like I said. I would go through that with a fine-tooth comb. Everything you need to know is there. It does have information on the textbook, but I also posted info here. The textbook is an e-text, okay? So when you buy it, if you buy it through the bookstore or you buy it through the publisher's website, whatever way you buy it, there's different options, okay? So the bookstore, I believe, is going to be offering the e-text. They may have some print copies, but limited. It just depends on what you want, okay? You don't need Revel. However, Revel has some other sources like practice tests and things like that. So if you think you might like that, you can get that. But I really honestly, all you need is the e-text. And the e-text does come with some resources for the class, like study flashcards and exam prep stuff and things like that. So that's the book for the class. I wouldn't use earlier editions, mainly because they've changed. So I would stick with this 14th edition. If you're going to try buying your book on a different site, I would say beware because sometimes sites don't get you your book when you need it. There could be a delay in shipping or a delay in getting it to you. I'm not responsible for giving you material in the book. The class moves very fast. We cover about 2 chapters every other day. So you want to be able to have your book ASAP. I did go ahead and post the first 2 chapters for you just so that the first couple days of the class you're set and you can get started on the content. But you really want to be able to have your book by the weekend. Okay, so 3-4 days into the class, you want to have your book. And again, the e-text is automatic. So when you buy it, you're buying an access code and you get automatic access to it. There's no shipping, there's no delay, there's nothing like that. So I would recommend buying it from our Westfield State Bookstore or buying it direct from the publisher. Just make sure you're getting the 14th edition. Okay, I've also posted information about how we will be doing exams using Respondus Lockdown Browser. These instructions will pop up with the exam as well anytime you have an exam, but I would go through all this. If you've never taken a test online using this browser, you want to make sure that you have everything set up for that. You want to make sure that you have a webcam on your laptop or whatever you're using. You really want to make sure that you have Wi-Fi that's not going to get interrupted. Okay, so make sure you're in a location where you're not going to get interrupted or the Wi-Fi gets shut off or anything like that. If you are local, you can go to the library and they have a designated computer area for exam taking online that you can use. If you're not local, I would just recommend being in a reliable place. Should you have any issues setting up your system or getting ready for those exams, you can always submit a help ticket to Plato. Here's the link for that. I can't help you with technical issues with your computer. That is what CIT is for. They will help you with anything that you need like that. But I really recommend doing this before you sit down to take your exam. Like, give yourself plenty of time to work out the kinks and get yourself situated. Okay, so that's all that. Here's instructions on how to do a discussion board posting. Half the class, your grade, is posting to these discussion boards and the other half is exams. So you want to make sure that those posts are elaborate, right? So whenever you're posting, you're going to be responding to some questions that I pose. That will be your original response. And then you're going to be replying to what other people post. And so I have instructions on what those should look like. They're comprehensive, okay? So you're incorporating in things you've read in the textbook and any other articles I give you to read. You'll be incorporating that into your answers. These shouldn't be really quick, simple answers. These are like little mini papers that you're writing in these discussion boards. So please go over all the instructions and make sure you're familiar with that, as well as how to cite your sources when you do incorporate support for your writing. I've just posted some other resources for you guys for studying, writing tools, test taking, anything like that, policies on, WSU sources that you might want. And then you can't see it, it's cutting it off, but the bookstore link is there too. So again, this is just a place that I've parked a bunch of information for you, and you might want to come back to this, as you're kind of taking the course. But other than that, your discussions are found here in the discussion link. There's help resources here, communications if you want to chat with one another. You can always just email me, swilliams@westfield.ma.edu. That's the best way to get a hold of me is email. I check it frequently. Accessing your grades to see how you're doing. And then the module content. So I'm going to just quickly open up here. There will be a separate podcast. When you get to module 1, you'll see this, the content for that module, which is chapters 1 and 2. And then I'll have a podcast for you that goes over everything in that module. So that's how it will work. Again, let me know if you have any questions as you're working through the material and getting familiar with the class. I would be happy to answer any of your questions, and I wish you all a really great, quick intercession.